Welcome. I am Crimey Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. This is where we actualize self-love with the use of the scriptures and numerology. Now, I'm trying now just to see the fun side of all this, of what I have realized that the Bible has so many deep insights. And of course, I had been a little bit emotional on some of the things that I found out, because it just appears to me that um, the robot, Sophia, for instance, had been replicated on the exact model of the story that we have been given as how man had been created. Now, how do I know this? Yes, it's perhaps a little bit intense and long to deconstruct, but basically it is when we here we have seen on the model of this the God said, which is Mother Eve, whom I call Mother Eve. The God said she equals 15. She equals 15, and we see, for instance, although I have done a presentation on that, always my cleaning pad. Oh, okay. Let's use her for now. So Sophia, Sophia, is 918761. Now I did make a note of how the flow of the numbers as well seem so it's telling a message. It's telling a message. So Sophia is not only a robot, she has within her it would seem like the capacity to birth to birth other Sophias, like Eve had other Eve, basically. Okay, so there we have 10, 18, 19, 20, 25. That would be 31 and 132. So 3 plus 2, of course, we have seen this 32 equals, it's on the direct par with our template where the mouth of Mother Eve equals 5, which is either 23. But the other thing is that this is so crucial. The word Christ, oh, I can't see why my pad should disappear without my awareness of it. Okay, all right, let's look at Christ. Okay, so the word Christ, Christ, is 389912. When we add this up, here we go like this. This is 20, and this is 31 plus 132. This is Sophia. She is going to save the world. This is what this in fact I'm going to rephrase that. She is deemed or has been portrayed to be to save the world and replace the Christ story that we know or we had heard before. Now perhaps there in this sense, it in how we had learned it does not really differ so much because we had learned that there was a man who came to die and so on, instead of learning about the activation of the pineal gland, that which makes us enlightened, that which frees us from all our fears and inhibitions, and to be able to see the beauty of life, to be able to live in harmony and harmoniously with one another. So there we have been introduced to Sophia, and to replace, and with the impression to replace Christ. Now, I am saying this again, that people think this is funny. Some people actually think this is funny, and it's no big deal, but they haven't made the connection of that prophecy or scriptural um, we should say a scriptural format, because it's all mathematical. It's all mathematical that they were able to do this. Okay, now as I say, they have also, we can see that in this year, from last year, which was the year 10, and I don't clearly remember when she was made public, whether it was the latter part of the year of 2010, or whether it's just, and I believe it's the latter part of 2010. But we can see that the introduction, if it is 10 now, it's like really saying it's the perfect time to do this, to introduce her, because the number 10 is really powerful, and it goes, in actual fact, it correlates in direct no match to the direct match of the word let, which is the first word Mother Eve had said when we discover, when Mother Eve said, let there be light, let there be the waters, let the earth bring forth fruit after its kind. So it was Mother Eve. Now I am just, this is not by chance. I have discovered this right now. It's not by chance, because the two forces, if you like, have to be working, or side by side. When I say working, they are meant to be displaying their nature. So Mother Eve right now is crying out for help for us, for her young ones, and saying, look, come. That's why she's calling us home. Now, when I say home, basically, number 5 is home. Let's just give you an example of this. Oh, dear pad. Oh, I've got some. Right. So, home in this sense, and I'll give you a list of all the things Mother Eve is. So, she calls us home, and we have 5 because home has me in it. She's there, waiting. Then we had Christmas, Father Christmas, ho, 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 and all of those things. Not only that, she has home in it, she has the mantra in the middle of her to offer us in how to activate our Kundalini. She has it there. And the H here now, of course, is that um, depiction of what she promises. The H is really the it, what if it, the eyes, it means I. So the 8 here, which means it has a value of 8. So it's offering the 8. It's like open your third eye. It's about the eye. Once we see that ladder, which is the H, it's like it's telling us that there is a promise of the eye to be opened right there. The O now is the 6, which is also telling you Mother Eve is home. She is whole. She is whole, entirely whole, right here. She is that 6, the said God. When we do the numerical value for the said God, the said, and even when we add said God together, she becomes 5. So we have both 5 and 6. Okay, so there we are. And this is 4. As I say, it's me. And at the end of the word home has her signature as well, which is 5. Whenever we see 5, we are talking about the 5-pointed star. We are talking about Mother Eve, that which we are. The head, your two arms, your two legs are depiction or the form or shape of that which we are. So when we add these together, we have 9 and 6 is 15, and 8 would be 23. 2, 3. She is 2, 3. And they've got Sophia as 3, 2. I hope I do not have to, I don't have to, but I can refrain from bringing her into the equation. But because this is about teaching, it seemed important to do that. Okay. Let us open our eyes to the reality of the world. The reality. I don't really want to see all the reality, to be very honest. So, we're talking about Uranus and Taurus here. I don't think we really, of course, we can see why, just adding to this, why it is so essential that Uranus would come now, would want to be in the house of Taurus. The 5th month, Taurus is May, to really deal with Sophia, to really deal with ourselves, to get our acts together. That's what it's about. So there we have Taurus right here, Tau, and that T here, right here, is the 2 vibration right here. We see the 2 vibration to deal with these 2 ones at the end as well. Okay. Now, what I really want to conclude on Sophia here again is that, as I say, it's like tapping into the number 5 here. I was wondering whether she's got a surname as well, but they probably are taking time to come out with this. Okay, so she's number 5. So 32 is 5. But what it is, Mother Eve is 5 and Mother Eve is also 6. Now, this is where we have the 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. And this is where I think we have a chance of really getting our act together, because Sophia is 5. Mother Eve is not only 5, she's also 6. She is 3 fives, meaning she has the 3 fives. 3 fives are 15, we see here. So we see that 3. So when we have that 3 fives, 15, because she comes directly as 15 on this template, thankfully, that they have given us, she is 15. Sophia is 5, but not through 15. She is 5 through 32. But when we look at the said God, and even Christ too is 5, but through 32. So we are looking at the said God as 15. Hence it is said that the number 15 is a love number. And of course it is, because 15 we have 6. And 6 actually, when we do the numerical value for 9, which we have here, 9, we get 6. Why I say 9? Because the word love, let's look at this. The word love, Love, is 5, 4, 6. Again, we have that whenever we have O here, we have Mother Eve intact. We have Mother Eve intact, and she's 6 right here. Is that said? She is the said God. 3. Okay, so this is 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Now, when we do the numerical value for 9, as I have just shown, it becomes 6. So basically, Mother Eve is so clever and smart, because as I have found out, she's also the serpent that we have been taught to be fearful of. Hence, that is the reason why we have been taught to be fearful of this, the serpent, the snake, so we won't become wise to find out what is happening. It is crucial that we let go of those fears. So there we are with 9, Nine, 5, 5, and whenever we see all these fives, be comforted because Mother Eve is there, but be mindful of the derivative of the 5 as we can see with Sophia. But I think we are still safe. So 3 fives, 15, and 9 would be 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay. And we see about the 24 now as well, which is another thing. I had a very beautiful a beautiful thing about the 24, because 24 I was looking at time, space, and matter, and I'm going to do that right now. Time, space, and matter, and see how Mother Eve really plays out in this. So time, space, matter. Matter. I think I have written these a little bit close. Let's use some contrast. So time is this again. Me is here. We have me right here. This is what Mother Eve is saying. You've created time. I am there. That's me. Me is 9. So we see how we have just done 9 because this is 4 and this is 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. Then we have the I, which is also 9. Let's have that 9 here, and 2, because T is 2. 2 plus 9 is 11. There we could say the TI is 11 and 9. So 11, which is 2, and 9 is actually 11. So we have 11. This is a master number. So 11, of course, is 2. Now that's the thing. Sophia had not really added onto this like the 6 and the 5 that I showed you. So here we need to find our comfort and understand the magnitude of the gifts that we have been given to be able to use them, utilize them to our development. This is crucial. The number 2 I have shown in some of my presentations, which I have just been enveloping the magnitude of or this envelope, the magnitude of twos, because I hadn't seen how powerful it was before. Of course, Uranus, when it enters or the fifth sign, the fifth month, which is Taurus, we're going to see how powerful 2 is. We are going to see that. Now, space, we have 5. Again, Mother Eve is there. 3, 1, 7, and 1. Okay, so this is 8. 5 plus 3, 8. I'm wiping it off at the same time. And 8 and 8, 16, and 1, 17. So this is 17. This is the God number. This is my life path number. Okay, so this is God, 17 directly. When we add 1 plus 7 is 8. There we are. Then we have matter, which is 4, 1, 2, 2, 5, 9. Another thing that I'm comforted by when I see 9 and 5 together, this is a closeness. This is beginning and end. Beginning is 9 and 5 is end. So this is what we see here. So this is 14 and 4 is 18 and 1, 19, 23. So we see matter here is 23. Like the word mouth, for mouth is 23. That's where Mother Eve is making her presence. She is the said God. So her mouth matters. So 23 is 5. Okay. 2, 3 equals 5. Now let's add this together because these are 3 elements. I'm thinking there probably is another one that really matters because we have time, space, and matter. Okay, maybe there's spirit. Okay, but I had this as these three elements or factors, and this is 2 plus 8 is 10, 10 plus 5 we have here is 15. This is Mother Eve. This here is Mother Eve. Mother Eve is in control of time, space, and matter. But it is essential that we begin to um, really look at these areas to build our faith into understanding what we are faced with, or how we can nurture ourselves. So for instance, if someone just gave you the common denominator or the single value of that thing, then you might think, okay, we can't tell what is genuine from what is the fake. We can't tell the replica of an item because they look really the same. But if we find the root of where it comes from, the square root, I'm just trying to pretend I remember something about maths. If we find out the root, then we can actually say, well, this is authentic. So I'm going to conclude on this point here. There is so much more to this, but we have to really begin to pay attention to what is around us, the words we are using, the vibration of the numbers and the words and the sounds as well. Sounds are very important for us to pay attention to. Very important. Yes. So as I said, I will be doing right now on my next presentation, I'm going to go over the word there, because I've done a presentation on that, but I'm going to go over that word there because it has in it hair, it has in it he and her, which are crucial for us to understand. Plus, it's got the word the. So we need to, again, and I'm sure there are other words in there as well, but we'll, of course, look at those words. And to see the magnitude and power of Mother Eve in that second word, this is why the number 2 as well, from what I have just shown, from let's see. So we see that number 2, the 11, this helps me wrap this up even better. 11 actually equals there, hair. THERE. When we add this together, that's 10, 19, and 10 is 29. So 2 plus 9 is 11. So we see how 11 is reflected in that second, because it's 2 as well, second word of Mother Eve, which is time. And I would love to also look at time in another way as well. We have space, which also has the word ace, and it also holds the word pace. These are, or paces. These are words that we need to really look at closely. How at the pace we are going, the pace we are speaking, the pace we are doing something, how the quality of it. Do we say it's an S class? And the matter, of course. The matter, we also, of course, the letter M can be turned upward to be water. Of course, there's two T's, but it's still water or water. Yes, and it has the word TEAR in it. And this is why Mother Eve is crying out now, because there's the word TEAR, tear. She can feel our pain. Hence she calls us home. Home. Okay. So thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found it interesting. If you like this presentation, please click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. Stay bliss-filled, be a field, be ignited, be inspirational. because we are planting new seeds and spill over with love. Namaste.